Yeah, I mean, we didn't decide yet, but there's a pretty good chance, I would say, that James might play game one. It's just the last two games, he gave me a lot of excitement. I was not sure either where he's at in, this kind of level, but he did a pretty good job, with the puck, managing the puck, playing without the puck, never got in trouble. As a line with Minton and Kuz, I feel like there's a chemistry. So a lot of good happened at those two games, and yeah, let's see how the next few days play out, but I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, you guys had already clinched for that Columbus game, but it was still a very big game for Columbus. Him being in that atmosphere, how much did that help you judge him a little better?
Yeah, for sure. Being on the road and being at home, it's like apple and oranges. So, especially with the Cannon starting in Columbus, I was looking for him because should meet up early on in my career, but no, he was pretty calm. That's why I had to start him, just to get that first shift out of the way, and he handled it really well. So, was he nervous? Yeah, he told me afterwards, but I think he's a very confident kid, and played this game on the road in Columbus, tough building, team needed to win. So that for me was, to answer the question, that was a big test, and he needed one.
When Buffalo gets their speed going coast to coast, what makes them so dangerous off the rush?
Yeah, no, they just, they take off right away. The rush game, not just the forwards, it's just the defensemen too. If you look at all their stats and all the games, it's pretty much 40 always, that four really talented lead always join. It's not a three-man rush. It's almost like a 4 or 5 automatic every time. So if you don't manage the puck very well, we're gonna see this picture a lot, and that's something we can't play. We can't play their way and their style, because if we do, we lose.
Mark, back on Higgins just for 1 second. Had you planned in the Columbus and the New Jersey games to use him on the power play and just never got the chance because they didn't get the penalties? Was that part of the plan? And if he does play, will you use him there?
Yeah, I think that's his biggest strength is to be on the power play. So we're stupid enough not to use him. Let's see if he makes a difference or not. But yes, if he plays, he will definitely be on the power play, because otherwise I will bring someone else.
Buffalo obviously has the motivation of not having been in the playoffs for a long time, but Kelly McAvoy made a comment yesterday in the locker room about how the fact that a lot of those guys missed the playoffs last year and was still upset and still remember that feeling. It's kind of a motivating factor for your team. Have you heard that kind of sentiment? Do you feel like that's something that guys are talking about in terms of wanting to rectify?
Maybe not the last few days, but I heard them talk about throughout the season, even going back to last summer, meeting the guys for the first time. I remember that I heard that a lot, how upset they were and pissed off and not making the playoffs. I could hear during the season, during stretches, they wanted to be back, and maybe not the last few days, but before definitely. And I think that helped big time, especially with our veterans and the leadership group, because those were the ones who drive the bus all the time. And I think they helped the other guys and dragged them into that fight, and so that was good. I know it was hard, but I knew that also helping us. I'm not saying you're gonna make the playoffs, but have to fail like that it's a good thing sometimes. Not in that moment, but in the long run, and I think that's exactly what happened.
Buffalo obviously gets the last change the first two games. Is that a huge deal, or is that something that we can overblow as reporters?
We'll see. We'll see. In the past, that he was not really a big matchup guy. He did his thing, so we'll see where it goes. Maybe he does it different in the playoffs, but we don't really care. We don't really care. We know how I have to play. We're gonna be ready to go. We're excited. We are bigger, stronger. We are more physical. We just have to be smart, but we gonna go after them. And whoever comes in first, last, second, I don't really care. We try to play our game and out their game.
It's not just Hagen's on that third line, but Minton and Ustindino, two young players too. What do you have to see when they're on the ice to tell you, okay, they're ready for this?
If they're gonna play it exactly the same way they did, especially in the last two games, I'm fine. That's exactly, they didn't give up anything. They were excited to watch. They had speed, they had the brain, they have it all. So I don't want them to change it. That's gonna be the biggest challenge for those kids. Can they be consistent in a playoff game? I think they can. Yeah, so that's gonna be the biggest challenge, you know, the noise and everything around, the way they're gonna come home hard, they're gonna be excited. Can they play consistent enough? My answer right now, yes, because knowing a guy like Mintz and especially Kuz, those guys are very, very down to earth, but also very ahead of their, you know, ages, and they've been cocky enough to kind of overpower that, if that makes sense. So I think they will be fine.
Marco, when you get to the playoffs and the physicality ramps up, how much value is having a guy like Zadorov in the lineup help you guys out? And how has he been in terms of executing the identity you want this team to play to?
Yeah, if he stays out of the box, then I'm gonna be happy. But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, all our big guys, and starting to see in the back end, and having a Janot, Casti, and just guys being very physical and nasty, without taking any penalties, that's gonna be huge. I think that could be a game changer. That could be a serious changer. That could be a lot of things. We just have to be smart about it. And because I know a lot of teams, they're afraid of us. I can tell, you can see it, you can hear it, and that's what we have to do in Buffalo. And I know they want to outskate us and do a lot of different things, but again, should be a fun experience, and a fun series.
Coach Saka and Casey each welcome their first boards this week. I know it's a very serious time at the rink, but what does that human element do for the locker room, having some good news before a pretty hard push for you guys?
Yeah, I was a little nervous about the timing of it, but they made it. They planned it real well. Do it right before the playoffs, so it's always a good thing. For me, family is always number one, and then there's hockey. So whatever, you know, birth or any other things happen in this locker room and in this environment, I think it's a good thing, and you can tell the guys were excited about it. Even when Path, he left after the first period, I could hear it. I could hear the locker room that the whole team was cheering. You know, seeing him leaving actually, it doesn't make sense. He's not that kind of player. but it just shows you, like, the guys are happy about it, right? They know exactly how big it is, and everyone knowing Path, you know, was very quiet, but he had a big smile on his face, and leaving the rink and getting ready to be a dad. It's the best thing ever. So family is always the most important thing than hockey, and I think that's something I would have created back here. It's been here, but that's something I think for me is very important.
Marco, your fourth line, I know you mentioned the physicality wise. What are you looking for out of them in the series against Buffalo?
Yeah, being very physical, being very trusted. They played big roles in the BK, winning face-offs, and again, not letting any other lines and the opponent getting any momentum, and just to keep things calm. So they gotta be smart about it. I know they're very excited, those three guys, so I think it's just a matter of calming them down a little bit and just doing their job without being crazy. So because they're that big, they're that big for us as a team, just to calm everything down. And they did an outstanding job all year long, and hopefully they do the same thing in the playoffs.
How excited are you for first playoff series as a Bruin?
Yeah, I mean that was the goal coming in here. Play those meaningful games. I mean, we're not done yet. Obviously, it's an exciting time right now for sure.
When you look at your own game, what are you trying to bring to the team?
I mean, same as I have been. I mean, my style of play I think complements playoff hockey. Big physical, gritty. I mean, tough to play against. You name it. So I think, like I said, it's exciting. I'm really pumped to be part of it for sure.
Given the Sabres skill set, how important is what you bring in this series and making sure that things aren't difficult on their skilled players?
Yeah, I mean, every night it is like that. I don't think it's only on Sabres. I think obviously that's my goal, to be in the league and play that way, keep my style. So I think it could complement this time of the year as well.
Make you nostalgic at all to think of how far you've come, given that you started there?
Compared to last year, you mean?
Well, no, compared to having played in Buffalo.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's ironically, I mean, I was drafted there, and thought I would spend my whole life. Obviously, when you get drafted first round, you kind of think about those things. But then got out of there pretty quick. But now playing the first playoff series against them in Buffalo, I mean, I only had good things to say about the city and people who give me a chance to play in this league, you know what I mean? So it's going to be a pretty cool experience for sure.
What are you expecting from that environment?
I think the play is going to be nuts. I mean, we can see on how big are the Bills there, you know what I mean? And obviously, I play in Vancouver when they haven't played playoff hockey at home for 7 years, and that was probably the loudest building I've ever been to. And this guy's been waiting for 14 years, so I'm expecting a great atmosphere, and then I'm going to enjoy it for sure.
Is it fun to be in an atmosphere like that, even as a road team?
Well, I mean, I think if you don't enjoy it, you're in the wrong sport or wrong place. That's a playoff hockey. That's pressure. That's atmosphere. That's intensity, physicality, blood, sweat, you name it. So I think it's everything is enjoyable for sure. And when you play on the road, the building been so hungry and the city's been so hungry for it, you just want to enjoy it for sure.
How much did missing the playoffs last year motivate you guys this season, and how much can you carry that into the playoffs?
Yeah, a lot. Like, I mean, the Boston is a unique city in that situation. Like, fans, our fans, they want us to compete every night, and they want us to compete every year in April and May as well, right? So they expect us to make playoffs. They expect us to go postseason and play our hearts. So I think it's obviously it's been a long wait, but now we're here and we're excited about it.
From your experience,
Did you think the way games are officiated in the postseason allows you to play your style?
I don't think I can comment on official. We're not even past the game one. You're already asking me officiating questions. We keep it.
But you elevated your game. At least it seemed like you elevated your game.
Or you just be
Being
smarter
cool
because you know how much on the line. These power plays are unbelievable right now. So for sure you want to stay out of the box and just be smart. But it's a 7-game series, so and there's a lot of things going game inside the game, and there's a lot of mind games going on. So I think, yeah, I mean, I do elevate my game because that's why I'm playing hockey for. I don't want to go up there, play 82 games, and not make playoffs. I think it's a waste of the year for me. You know what I mean? So you want to play these games. I know some people saying it doesn't matter if you lose in the finals or you don't make playoffs, you're still a loser, but I disagree. I think it's still important to go up there and play these games, because that's what drives us as the hockey players, as the competitive people, and that's exciting time of the year for sure.
what are the biggest keys to managing the ups and downs of games or playoff series and making sure that you guys put yourselves in particular in position to have success?
You gotta stay even. It's even kill. It's a long series. It could take 7 games. There's no panic. you're gonna take day by day, game by game, make adjustments. I think you just whoever's mentally stronger is usually winning those for sure.
Why do you think this team is going to be good in that area?
Well, we have experienced group. We have two guys close to 100 playoff games. We have Arvi was going to the finals last year. We have Hampus, Elias. They play some big playoff hockey games. So I think our older group is really experienced, and we can kind of settle things when we need to, or we can elevate things when we need to. So I think that's important to have leadership who's been through this stuff like that for sure.
What have you thought of James so far? I saw you messing with him in the pregame the other day. What are your
He's
thoughts
great.
on him?
I'm impressed. I mean, this year we got 3 unbelievable kids, and they're all playing in the same line right now. And I mean, it's fun to watch. You know, like was just watching his game against New Jersey. Maybe in Columbus he was a little bit nervous and kind of like just getting into it. But against New Jersey, you can see how smart he is on the ice, how good his stick is, and. Yeah, I'm excited for him to experience what I'm going to experience on Sunday as well. You know, like first playoff game I remember mine, it was when Smashville was buzzing and we went for warm-up, it was like 20,000 people wearing orange and yellow and they just screaming how suck you are, you know what I mean? So it was just a phenomenal place. Like I will remember that time when I stayed for warm-up and took 3 laps and I still had like goosebumps. And I mean, James is going to experience that thing on Sunday in Buffalo, and it's going to be incredible. And I'm excited to have and play beside those kids for sure.
How much confidence does it give you to have a guy like Swayman behind you for a series like this?
Yeah, no, like you guys, I don't like to talk about the goalies and always popping up. I'm a little bit superstitious that thing, but we have 2 great guys. You know, Corpy's been unbelievable this year as well. You don't forget that, and we feel so comfortable. Us the decor, us the team to go up there when we know like these guys behind us and they got our back if anything. And I mean, yeah, we'll leave it that way for so far. Yeah.
Do you enjoy more the mind games of the playoffs or the physicality?
I enjoy everything. I enjoy playoffs overall. I mean, there's hard to pick one thing, obviously, but competitive level, I think that's the most what I'm enjoying out of it for sure.